pretty good. Pretty darn good fit. I don't know if you can tell, but we're resting on the ledge here, and this is completely resting on it beyond the cut here. I can actually squeak this forward. I just got to trim a little bit of this off and move that forward, and it'll be flush. You can see I cut this down. I took 2.5 inches off of this, but I have a little bit of ledge here, so I've actually got 3 inches of ledge. So when I cut the beam for the addition that I'm going to add to this building, so I can make it all seamless, I want to connect it here, and it'll rest on the ledge. It's going to do the same thing on down the line. And I've already made sure I checked my diagonals, and this building, I had to move them a little bit, but I got them perfectly square on these posts. So today I went and picked up a real long bit. I'm going to tape it and mark it for about 11.5 inches down. These are 12-inch nails, galvanized. I'm going to put 2 in each one of these points where there's a post, and where they merge in the middle, I only need 2 because they'll go through both posts, is the way I'm going to do it. Anyhow, these will keep it anchored into these. I'm going to pre-drill to keep them from cracking. So actually I got a marker pin. I'm just going to mark it so I know how deep to go each time. And that'll give a little bit where it's poking through, but I just don't want to split out on anything. So I'm going to go ahead and get this marked. Getting closer to winter. It's still the middle of August, but you just never know when it's going to hit around here. I mean, early November maybe. It can get pretty deep here. This year, I don't really know that I'm going to try to get out of here at all. So I'm stocking up on canned goods, and there's not a lot of meat in these kits. So last year, I went through 4 of these kits. Which I believe each one counts as a month's supply of food. So I went through 4 months supply, and I also had some food other than this that I had bought from the store that I used in with this stuff. So I had 5 months that I was pretty much winterized here. Anyways, I'm going to stock this stuff underneath the cabin this year. I'm going to try and get all this in there, and hopefully my canned goods. This is all survival food that I bought about 2 years ago, and I bought it so that I had enough for 4 winters, basically. Of course, I dipped into 1 3-month supply. I thought I would, in the combination of other foods, you know, have enough to get by for 5 months, but apparently I didn't, because I broke into one of these. And I bought these through 4 Patriots. I'm not a huge fan of the food. At first, you know, trying it out, it was okay, but after eating it for 5 months, it gets really old fast. So if you can dock it up, that's great. They provide a lot of rice in there. If you had meats and good vegetables, you know, even frozen vegetables, you know, to throw in that and make like a stir fry, you know, that'd be something you could have. Or, you know, even just vegetables, period, with it, you know, mixed in it, peas and carrots and things like that. So at any rate, it's a lot of repetitive food in these, and it gets really old fast. So I'm going to stock this stuff down here underneath the shed or cabin this year, and I'll probably take the canned goods and put them in my refrigerator, turn my refrigerator off, of course, use it as a pantry. I'll have a cooler out here on the deck. Anything that's got to be cold or frozen can go in the cooler. This year I'm just going to put 1 cooler out here. I got 2 Yetis. I've got one that's small, and I got one that's a bit larger. I'll do the larger one. Don't even need to put snow in them, really. It gets so cold here that everything freezes in there just the same. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and try to stock these 2 stacks in, put this one in to be used first at the front, and see where I'm at. Should be able to put all this in there. So all this stuff's full of canned goods. Well, there's some rice and stuff in here too, and some oatmeal, but mostly canned goods in there. So don't think it'll work this way. Be nice if it would. Of course, I've got this guy here, and we'll see if I can put him in the front. Tuna, fruit, vegetables, all kinds of stuff there. This one I'm starting to fill up. Got some chili and baked beans and stuff like that. So I'll start stocking that one up with miscellaneous stuff. I got some meats, canned meats in here and stuff, which was also another survival food I bought somewhere. Could be in the tote, I mean in the cooler, but anyway, the stuff, that's one thing I'd like to get is some more canned meats. It was kind of spendy, so I'm going to look and see what they may have at Walmart. If they've got something there, that would be great. But I'll stock that one up. I may stick one more small box right here stocked up. I'll have tons of different canned foods. Like I said, right now I just really mostly need some meats. Well, since I have the main foundation done, and I still have to mill more wood over here for the second spot I'm going to do as a bedroom off of that. But I want to build it as one seamless building. So I need to mill 4 more beams. And I'll get those done here soon. But right now, I need to start cutting firewood and getting ready for winter. Cleaning up my scrap wood over here. And that can come a little later. I mean, I'm not in a hurry to get that done. I think what I'm going to do is start on this again. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tarp back up. I have a canvas tarp that I put up over here and some stakes, and I'll do that right now. That's for winter time. That way I can knock the snow off and keep the deck clear, and I can actually do some projects on this deck if I want. The other thing is, I have decided I've got some siding, Mick, that is made, that's I think it's pine, but it's not blued pine like this stuff. But I notice this all gets a yellow tint when I go and let it sit in the sun, and I put that sealant on it. This is actually a different wood from the pine, and it looks just as good. So I have decided to go ahead and start working on this building here and getting the rest of the siding up, and then maybe even this winter I got some of the interior boards for the ceiling done, so maybe I'll go ahead and start doing that. I still need to make some boards for the gable ends on the interior, but it'd be nice to get that done and then come back next summer, and hopefully I'll have some trees cut down over the winter that I can come up with some good lower parts of the trees that have no limbs growing on them and no knots, so I can go in hand make some more of these shingles. Now I got a stack of shingles like this, and they're nice, very nice. This is Tamarack. Now these shingles here, I just thought I would show you just for a reference. A couple different sizes here that came off of a log cabin that was probably built in the early 1800s down here. That's collapsed down to the roof. So I ripped these off of it. I'm going to reconstruct that cabin later. But you can see that they're using extremely long, a whole different design. And I'm probably going to try and re-emulate that in a way. I don't know, it was kind of sketchy. Makes me think they had water leaks when they were living in that thing, because they had nothing else under it. They just had their logs, and they just anchored these to the logs. And I don't know, I didn't think it was a very good construction. They also do their logs aren't saddle notched. They're the kind of notches that I just did for my foundation. That's how their logs are done, and I'm going to do saddle notch. So when I reconstruct this log cabin down below that has came apart, I'm going to use the measurements from it to reconstruct it, but it's going to be done with saddle notches. So that should be fun to do. I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to be the last build that I do. Probably before that, I'm going to make sure and get all my smokehouse done, my wood storage for firewood done, and of course my other cabin done, and my Quonset hut. So it'll be the last thing I do in all this process, which is going to be a long ways away. So obviously I understand people won't want to stick around for that, but I got a lot of stuff going on, and if you're in limbo thinking about retiring here in the next 5 to 10 years, well, maybe I'm the guy to watch, you know. So I don't know. I retired at 58. I'm 61. I'm in pretty good shape because I've worked out all my life, and I feel that contributed to it. So I'm physically able to do this stuff and lift heavy stuff and do stuff without too much trouble. I mean, not that I have a perfect back. I do have a damaged back, but I exercise, keep my back in shape, and strengthen my core muscles. Anyway, hopefully you'll stick around. I'm going to get busy. Thank you for watching this week. I appreciate it. As you can see, I'm getting ready for winter. Cutting firewood. I'm going to clean up this other area this week. So I'm going to spend really the rest of this next week just getting this pile all the way up to the trailer here on my my right. And this stuff's going to get all split. I'm going to use a splitter so I can get it done quick. So I'll probably film some of that so you can see how this splitter works. I've used it once before for a couple days. I used it actually. It didn't take long for the paint to get chipped off of it, but that's not a big deal. It works fantastic. It's a really nice tool. So again, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up and come back and see the next one. Thanks again. Bye.